What's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Blazement. So, last episode did a little bit of talking about the whole mental health and how it's a big thing right now. Well, it's not a big thing. It's an issue because just the fact how no one wants to talk about it. Like people are holding back because they think people will judge them, will think some certain things about them. And I get it. People will thing is, this day in society, you think you have to maintain a certain image to be popular, to do this. I've never really had that mentality. I've always been I always tried to be my own person, and it's what I always tell people. Don't try to be someone else. Be yourself. Best thing you can always be is yourself. Okay, so and one funny thing. So I posted it on my new Facebook, brand new email, whatever. So it got flagged, which is funny because I've posted so many other videos, and on my other Facebook accounts. Not one of them has ever been flagged. Somehow, the one on mental health is the one that gets flagged. Delicious pen. New one. But yeah, so it really boggles my mind because I even told a few buddies and some other people, and they're all like, of all the videos you've made, this one has made you seem like the more real, the more matured, and it's the most, it's just the one where I'm not angry and all that, yelling, and somehow that's the one that got flagged, and it's just what, that doesn't make sense to me because it makes sense to me because it proves that Facebook, Instagram, any big tech, any social media shit, all they want to do is censor that shit. They don't want you to want to talk about that. They don't want people to know that there's people out there that can help you with mental health. They want you to suffer. But yeah, so that happened, and it's just annoying because people need to know this. People need to see this, but they choose not to sometimes. But that's the reality of right now, is that big tech is censoring so much. Right now, there's going to be some new policies implemented into Instagram where it's going to basically take away the chance of a person who's trying to do their own thing, make their own business, make their own brand, like myself. It's going to make it a lot harder for us. So that's what they don't want. They don't want entrepreneurs right now. They don't want people to be doing their own thing. They don't want people to be making their own way of money. They want everything to be by the government. Okay, everything, that's what they want right now. Okay, so that's what they're trying to do with all these social media sites. And I said it from so long ago, but no one wanted to believe it, and now you're seeing it unfold. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get away from that for a bit. And I want to get into, I remember, so when I first started this whole series, Tales from the Blazement, I said that, I'd be doing anime stuff and this and that, and I got away from that a bit, because I was getting too much into the whole world issues and all that, and same time, I do gotta get it. I don't regret it, because people were being informed and all that. People were starting to realize that, okay, well, what the fuck? And I'm glad I snapped some people out of it. But, I'm going to start getting into the anime now, and more different stuff. So today's episode, I'm actually going to get into anime. So we're actually going to talk about the DBZ franchise. Burp. Oh, excuse me. That one caused a little bit. But yeah, so the DBZ franchise. It's first aired April 26th, 1989. I know for sure the year, I'm sure, but I'm not sure exactly about the date. I don't know if it was 26th or the 16th. But it was in April, and it was in 1989. And the first time I ever watched it was when I was 6 years old. It's funny how I actually stumbled upon it, because when I was a kid, I always loved waking up early, watching cartoons. That was what kids did back in the day, and more kids need to start doing that instead of fucking watching these stupid, people playing stupid games, and just it annoys me sometimes. But yeah, so woke up extra early once. I think it was pretty sure it was a Sunday. I remember this day like it was just yesterday, because this is when I fell in love with the whole franchise. But yeah, so I was 6 years old. I woke up Sunday. I woke up extra early, and I remember just putting on, it was YTV, and I was just like, what the hell? I was like, what's this? Usually I never woke up until I started watching anything until like 6:30. But like I said, I was just early, so like I put it on, and then I was like, oh, what is this? And the first episode, it so happened that that was the first episode that aired that day. I guess they were just on repeat, whatever, right? Because that's how it was back in the day. So that was the first episode I watched, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, this is really cool. So then I started getting up every Sunday. 'Cause that's the only time that it played. It was on Sundays, YTV, 5:30 in the morning. So I was every Sunday. I'd be waking up extra early. I'd be watching that, and it was awesome. Like I said, that's when That's when I got the love for Dragon Ball Z franchise, right? And throughout the years, there's like I haven't really finished the whole Dragon Ball series because they didn't finish airing it on TV. So I still do have, like, I think it's just like the last season that I have to watch of that series, and I'll get to it, eventually. But then Dragon Ball Z came. Oh, like that. To this day, Dragon Ball Z is still considered the best anime ever. There's not an anime that really competes with it. It's just the storyline, the animation, just everything about it, just the way, like the buildup of the characters. One thing I know that people do get annoyed of when it comes to Dragon Ball Z episodes is like, oh, like some of them are just so long, and it's like, yeah, I get it. But then some of those things people, they watch all these bullshit like reality shows, and it's like, okay, so what? Like you'll be okay with that bullshit, but like, nah, so. But to each their own. But I just think reality shows are just garbage. They do nothing but teach you drama and this. And this is why I've always been into anime, because especially DBZ. So DBZ teaches especially about life. Like, you learn so much about life when it comes to in this anime. Okay, teach you never to give up. Always, like, keep going. Whether you're like down and out, get up, get back up, and keep fighting. So like I said, throughout the years, and then DBZ, that's where my love really grew for the franchise. That's when, and I never wanted to miss a single episode. Even when I was on the basketball team, I'd make sure that my mom we had satellite that time. Luckily, because they weren't only airing it on Cartoon Network, so I was making sure that my parents always record on VCR. Imagine this goes back to those days. It's so nostalgic thinking about this. It's just like, oh man, So on VHS, that's where, like, I'd make sure my mom would record it all the time, and then right as soon as I'd come home from practice, have something to eat, and then fucking go watch the episodes. And it was awesome because Cartoon Network aired like 2 new episodes every, like, twice a week. So fuck yeah, So got into that, and then I remember, and I hate that I remember this, but I remember the first live action movie that they made. Okay, so Akira Toriyama is the guy who created the entire series. Fucking one of the most. His mind is just so creative. It's just mind-boggling how he can think of this, because he himself said that right now he pretty much, he has enough to make 700 episodes of, like, Dragon Ball Super and all that. That's how much he has, and he's thinking about doing it. Well, do it. I wouldn't mind. But yeah, so the first movie came out. Akira Toriyama had nothing to do with it. And the movie actually itself had nothing to do with the franchise. The guy who made it never even seen Dragon Ball Z. Never seen Dragon Ball, never seen anything. He just saw the characters and just made it up. Oh, and it was just frustrating. As a fan, it was just so frustrating to see. Because literally none of it went with the storyline of what we know on the anime. And like, people are like, oh, but you shouldn't. No. Here's the thing: if you're saying you're making a live action DBZ based off the anime, then base it off the fucking anime. Otherwise, don't fucking make it. Okay, and that's one thing that I've always hated about Hollywood, is that they've killed anime movies. It's getting a little bit off topic with DBZ, but the Death Note movie that's on Netflix, I finally watched it. Garbage. Ugh. It was garbage. Had nothing to do with the actual anime. Some of it did, but they made, like, again, they keep, like, I don't understand. Like, Death Note is a big anime too. Lots of people were into it. So why the fuck would you change so much of it? Like, I just don't get that. So, like, for people who've never seen the anime, people who've never read the manga, okay, I understand. It can be entertaining. But for the actual people who have read the manga and seen the anime, This is garbage. It's very disappointing. But yeah, so back to DBZ. So that movie was garbage. Like, it was just straight garbage. I honestly don't even know why they even made it. But yeah, so it tanked even in the theaters. Okay, so then after that happened, so then they did the GT. I got into GT. So GT, it's also not made by Akira Toriyama, but Akira Toriyama did have somewhat of a say, I guess, to say. Like they asked him if they could use the characters and all that stuff. So GT is both good and bad. Okay, so what's good about it is like the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, the fact that they have Gogeta in there. You know, it was awesome. That was awesome. And then, but what really I didn't like about it is just it was so much repetitive, the same stuff. Especially the fact that they made Goku a little kid again. That just killed it. Because it just made no sense. And throughout the entire GT series, he didn't become an adult until the end again. Actually, I don't even remember. I've only like seen GT like a couple times, so like it's not really fresh in my head, like DBZ is. But yeah, so then like many years go by, and then they make Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super. I don't know what to expect. Well, actually, no, they didn't even make Dragon Ball Super yet. First, they made Battle of the Gods. It's not that movie. They made Battle of the Gods, where they put Super Saiyan God, and they showed that new transformation. I was fucking mind blown. That came to theaters. Then the second thing they made this movie, Resurrection of F. Fucking amazing. Hey, for anyone who's an actual fan watching that, everyone, you get mind blown, because it's like, holy fuck, like this is what Akira Toriyama still had, like, to him, he kept himself still, and he like finally let us see it. Like, holy shit, it still blows my mind to think about that. Okay, and because of the amount of people that came, like that showed up to watch the movie, the amount of like basically publication that it got from people, like the amount of shares, all this and that, they're like, okay, we're gonna make a new series. So they made Dragon Ball Super. So the first like 20-ish episodes, it's just based on the first and second movie. Then, wow, after that, it's just mind blowing. Especially the last part, Tournament of Power. That was just insane. Making like mastering Ultra Instinct for Goku. The ending of Tournament of Power, fucking Frieza and Goku joining, like, you understand it? That movie just that series just mind blown everyone, especially that ending. Okay, then they did something amazing too after that. Okay, so we were in suspense. We weren't knowing what they were doing. They made a new movie, but what we didn't know until like a little bit before that movie came out was that they were making this movie a part of the series. They added Broly. They added Gogeta. Oh, fuck. That movie is just one of the best anime movies to date. One of the best movies I've ever seen to date. Okay? So that came out, and I believe that was 2018? Or 2009? No, 2018. No, sorry, 2019. Yeah, that was one of the last movies I seen before, like, all this shit. Before, like, I didn't go see regular movies anymore. Because 2020, obviously, nobody went to the movies much. But, so, that movie came out, and like I said, it's just fucking beyond amazing. Theaters were packed. It was selling out. And then, like I said, adding Gogeta and adding Broly, that just was just fucking amazing. So what was more to come? It's just, they haven't made any more anime yet. Okay? But you can read the manga. The manga is fucking amazing. One of the chapters that just finished, the Moro series. Oh man, like I said, there's so much when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. I'm big into it. You know, I'm doing a whole sleeve, fucking hat, posters, fucking the full DBZ. Actually, I need one more season for the DBZ series. I got little like those little funk toys, whatever those things are called, that my sister gave me. And just collector items and all that stuff, you know. So but the reason that I wanted to get into this too is so that people know that, like, it's okay to have a love for something like this. You know, people sometimes when they see it, you wouldn't think that I would be the way that I am when it comes to that. You know, but it's okay to like certain things. You know, don't care about what other people say. You know, if you like it, you like it. But just make sure that it's something good. Make sure it's something positive. You know, like I'm not saying, you know, like fucking go try some cocaine and fucking, oh yeah, you like that. I'm like, no, 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 no. Okay. But yeah, so that actually, you know, it's been my favorite. It's been my favorite anime ever since. I have more animes that I've been getting into, you know, that are awesome, that can, like, don't compare to DBZ, but you can, like, can compete with it, you know. And I'll get into that more as I go more into animes. So this is just the first one that I want to do. I want to talk about just the DBZ franchise, and next time I'll get into a few different animes for people that want to watch it. And actually, one thing I would recommend for anybody that is into anime, if you like, you know, people that don't know how to like stream offline or anything like that, you can just get Crunchyroll. I think it's like $7 a month. Over 1,000 different animes. There's tons of shit there. Okay, and I'll get into the different types of animes that I've seen on there. But let's end with a damn. Doody doody doo. So, you know, I'm gonna be doing more episodes like this because I feel like it does feel good to actually release like that and talk about better things, you know, instead of getting all to the negative. Because we can't deny it. Right now, a lot of society has gone to shit. What's been going on, this whole COVID, and it's just like I said in the last episode, the mental health. You know, the people that have been committing suicide. It's the people that have been in so many domestic abuse. You know, it's just all that. It just all adds up, and people don't talk about it. You know, it's like as if it's taboo sometimes, and it shouldn't be. You know, anyone that's been going through certain issues, especially like if you're in an abusive relationship, you need to reach out. It may be scary to you, like may seem scary to you, but because you think, oh, like if I do reach out and they catch me, like girl or guy, like if they catch me, like fuck, what am I gonna do? Like are they gonna do this to me? They're gonna do that? Like, you know, I know people that have been in those kind of relationships, and you know, when you reach out, that's when the good starts to happen. Because I hate seeing people go through shit like that, you know. But anyways, thanks again for watching another episode of Tales from the Blazement. And to all my highlights, see you all in the clouds.